Guys, thought I would do my first ever in the bag / in the cart going into 2019 here, getting it pretty much finalized and knowing what I'm going to throw. I mean, I pretty much already have an idea, but anyways, so first of all, what I use is the Zuka cart. So shout out to my brother Tristan Lucerne, who won this at the Next Gen in 2017, and I got that from him, so shout out to Tristan. We'll start with my putters first. I putt with D-Line P2s. So I have 3 of them in my cart. The only reason I have 3 is for practicing before rounds and whatnot, but so I'll always have 2 obviously in the putter pouch and 1 in the side here, so all of them max weight. Another shout out to Tristan. He gave me I think 5 or 6 of these exact putters here, so I'm always using those. So those are my putting putters. Throwing putter, I throw D-Line AVR 3s, also max weight. I throw D-Line just because it feels good in my hand. I've tried Star as well. I just like the way that D-Line feels for a putter. So you can crank on it and it's going to come back left. D-Line AVR 3, or I guess not D-Line, DX, sorry. In the mid-ranges, I have a Scott Withers Gator, Glow Champ Gator. This thing, if you can't tell, is super flat. Very little glide. I throw this a lot for utility shots. If I have a headwind, this thing is not going to flip over ever. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do with it, it's always going to be reliable. So I flick this disc a lot. I also just throw it, just again, if I need to skip with a mid-range, this flat top Scott Withers Gator. I have the Cayman to my bag. It's somewhat newer. I just kind of threw it in there a couple of months ago here, but this is to me it's a beadless Gator. Feels really nice in the hand to me. I have it in Star Plastic, max weight. I throw this if I need something that I know is beefy, but that I can get a little bit of glide on because that Gator doesn't have any. So the Cayman, Star Cayman, Champ Rock X3, pretty flat top. So I have this in my bag for really for something that I need overstable but that has glide to it. I can pump this out quite a ways. Has the Las Vegas Challenge stamp on it from last year, 2018's Las Vegas Challenge. So I have this one beat in a little bit that I can actually get it to hold kind of a turnover line, but it's still going to finish to the left for me. So Rock X3, max weight as well. Actually, I think that one's, I think this one's like 178 or something like that. I have rats in my bag, so 2 Star rats. I have this yellow one, both of them max weight. Yellow one I've thrown a lot more, so it's kind of beat up a little bit. If you haven't thrown a rat, I'd suggest it. Probably my favorite disc I've ever thrown. You can absolutely crank on it. If you want it to go straight, throw it as hard as you can, just dead straight, it'll stay there. If you want it to turn over, put a little ante on it, it's going to turn over and hold that line, but it'll never turn into a roller or anything like that. I don't flick it yet just because I'm working on that, working on the touch with my flick. The only reason I have 2 is in case I lose this, because this is not a disc I would ever want to lose and not have a backup. I throw this disc a lot. So both max weight. I have a lot of backups of these at home as well. And then I have a DX Rock max weight. To me, it's very similar to the Rat, except for it will turn over a little bit more, and this does have a little bit more glide for me. But they beat up so fast, obviously, for DX plastic that it'll beat up, and then I'll have to replace it because it'll get too flippy or whatnot. So I just have one. I use this quite a bit in wooded courses if I need some distance and straight. So DX Rock. Moving into my fairway drivers, I throw a few of them, but start with the Champ Leopard 3. Of course, max weight. Pretty much everything's max weight in my bag except for my destroyers. But Champ Leopard 3. This is a disc that I can throw straight if I control it. Otherwise, if I really crank on it, I'll get it to flip. So I throw this for turnovers if I need them. I will never flick it just because I'm not there yet. But this is a Champ Leopard 3 that I use a lot in wooded courses. Something new to my bag in the last couple of months is the C-Line FD Discmania. This thing is absolutely incredible. I haven't thrown it in any other plastic yet, but I mean, you can crank on it flat and it will stay straight. It's a lot like the Rat to me, but for a fairway driver. I will throw this anytime I need something just completely dead straight. I'm really digging this disc. I like it a lot, so I'll be throwing that a lot this year. Star TL3, this is 172 grams, but this one my brother Tristan got me turned on to. I used to throw a TL, but the TL3, man, you can absolutely crank on it. To me, I use it for if I need to throw like a really high like Annie shot to get around some trees and I want it to hold that line and just keep holding that line but not turn over into a roll or anything. I'll throw the Star TL3. It's really, really reliable. I don't throw it really for anything if I need it to finish left or even straight. This is kind of just a utility, like huge like Annie line, but I absolutely love that disc. Metal Flake T-Bird 3. So this is a, for me, it's a, I throw it quite a bit if I need something that I can crank really, really hard on. And if I want to turn something over a little bit and just know that it's finishing left, but it has a ton of glide on it. I probably throw this disc outside of the destroyers probably farther than anything else in my bag. It just has so much glide. Really reliable. In the Metal Flake plastic, I mean, it takes forever to beat it up, so it's going to fly the same for a really long time. So Metal Flake T-Bird 3. I have 3 Firebirds in my bag. So I have a Sexy Bird. I have it beat up pretty good. That I'll throw this for really, I guess, anything. I'll flick it a little bit if I want to get something to turn on a flick, but then finish. That's what I'll throw is the Sexy Bird here. And I'll throw it a lot on backhand, just like spike hyzers. That's what I throw this for. Max weight, of course. I have the Mini Stamp Firebird. I don't know what it is about it. I just love the way it flies. This is my go-to Firebird for the most part. Max weight, of course. Denver Bronco colors, even though they're awful this year, but or the last few. So anyways, I throw this a lot. It's my go-to, again, like I just said, Firebird, but I flick it, I throw a backhand. Very, very comfortable. I love it. I have a ton of these backups as well. This is actually not the exact same disc, but this version of the Firebird is what I aced with in the Jomez Final 9, if you've seen that. And then I have the new run of, this is the Star version of the new run of the Firebirds. I have a Champ as well that I just have as backup for my buddy Tom. So thanks Tom for that. But this thing is just super, super flat. I know I've had some people test it against their flat top Firebirds from back in the day. This thing is a meat hook. I don't throw it that often because it's way too beefy for me. But if I am in trouble, if I need something, if I need to throw like some weird like forehand roller, or just something that I can like absolutely crank on an Annie line, it's gonna come back right away. So this is a utility disc, but I really like that a lot. I have a Thunderbird. To me, a Thunderbird is just a little less stable Firebird. I have it because if I need something with a little bit more glide than the Firebird with the same type of flight characteristics, I'll throw the Star Thunderbird. I've had this in my bag for like 2 years. I've never needed a replacement just because it hasn't really changed for me. So really like that disc. And then destroyers, I have 5 destroyers. Yeah, 5 destroyers in my bag right now. Most understable destroyer that I have, and it's not really understable, but just the bottom stamp. This is 167, I believe is what it is. It's wiped, but I think that's what it was 167. This one's beat up. I can really crank on it really hard, and I can get it to hold that right line for me, the anti-line, but then it's gonna finish towards the end. This is my primary destroyer. I throw it all of the time. I absolutely love it. So Phil 413. I have an Adam Hammis destroyer as well. Shout out to my boy Dylan, who hooked me up with this this summer. I don't know why, but it came immediately flippy. Not like super flippy, but almost like that last one I just showed there. So I have this kind of as a backup to that in case I lose that one before I get another bottom stamp beat in. But I really like the disc as well. Again, just kind of a backup. I'll flick that one right now because it's not as stable or not as understable. But another bottom stamp. This one's 171. I'm just beating them up. I just want to make sure that I have constant bottom stamps that have the same flight characteristics. This one is not as understable as the first yellow one that I showed, but it's getting there. I use it quite a bit, so this is kind of a secondary to those. And then I have 2 newer bottom stamps. So 168 here. This one is both of these. This is pretty much brand new, but this one I throw a lot of times if I have a headwind, like a pretty beefy headwind. I'll throw this one because I know it's going to finish left for me. I flick it a lot. It has a ton of glide like most destroyers do. And then this one, like I said, pretty much brand new, 168. Another bottom stamp, but it's super sexy. If you can tell, it's kind of like really swirly, orangish, yellow, really cool. So this is a little flatter than a lot of the bottom stamps that I throw, but I like it. It's really beefy, so I have been flicking it quite a bit. I've been messing around with some just like kind of big anti-lines just to get the huge flight out of it. So the Destroyer bottom stamp, for whatever reason, is pretty much my go-to as far as distance drivers. I'm gonna have 2 more distance drivers. I have a C-Line DDX. This is 175 max weight here. So if I have like a slight tailwind, this is the disc I'm throwing. As far as like if I need straight distance. The reason I say tailwind is it's a little gimmicky, a little touchy, so I'll flip it over if there's any type of like headwind or left to right crosswind. This is absolutely the farthest disc I've ever thrown. I just have to learn to throw it better, but again, any slight tailwind, I'm throwing this all of the time. And then I have a Star pre-flight number Roadrunner. Thanks to my boy Dalton, brother, that gave this to me. This is a roller disc, that's all it is. But I mean, no matter how you release it, hyzer, no matter, it's turning. It is beat up a lot, but I throw this all the time for, again, rollers. So those are all the discs that I have. I do have a couple other things here. Just want to point out, I have the mini I use is a Gentleman Club Challenge mini that my dad gave me, Romeo. He gave that to me when he went in 2017. Been using it ever since, a little glow mini. So thanks, Pops, for that one. Of course, I have the birdie bag. The hands get sweaty. These are you have to have them. If you don't, if you've never thrown with this or whale sacks, Titan Disc Golf got this at one of their tournaments, so shout out for them. But anyways, so these are definitely a staple. I always have 2 in my bag just in case I lose one of them while I'm out there because I forget things quite a bit. Towels, of course. I have the Pyro Glass Mini. My number's awful, 1179 right now, so anybody in the area that wants to play for that, let me know. That's pretty much it, guys. That's what I have. Obviously, I have some Advil and some, one other thing here, Bug Soother. So I'd like to shout out and thank Gannon Burr. who's a stud player outside of our in Des Moines area. I was playing in the Iowa AMs with him, and I'd never heard of this stuff, and the gnats were like deadly. So him and his mom were like, hey, try this stuff, and ever since then, this is the stuff. This works all of the time, no matter what. Another shout out real quick to Gannon as well. You see the net behind me. It's practicing in the basement here, so Gannon gave me that idea on his Instagram post. And that's it, guys. So I'm looking forward to 2019. Thanks for taking the time to watch us. Appreciate it.